What's up, everybody? AJ here, host of the Madden NFL 12 podcast. And this is an excerpt from this week's podcast, which you can download right now on iTunes. Be sure to subscribe, leave us a comment, and rate it for us. Enjoy.
What's going on, fans? This week in Week 10, it's a pretty big week. Over 370 transactions, equipment updates, player rating adjustments went into this update. The biggest movers from Week 9 are Calais Campbell from Arizona. He had 2 sacks. He's been playing like a beast in Arizona. He gets a 3-point boost going up to 86. Marshall Yanda, guard out of Baltimore, he's going up to 89 overall, gets a 3-point boost. This week we took not only did we take a look at what happened in Week 9, but we also took a look at what happened over the whole first half of the regular season. So trying to capture that. If a guy is really playing at the high peak of his career, we're going to get that in this update. Eric Pears from Buffalo, another guy that gets the benefit of that half-season update. It's going up 6 points to an 80 overall. He's really sort of came out of nowhere. He's bounced around a bunch of teams early in his career. Now he's looking at really solidifying the right side of that line in Buffalo. Major Wright, safety out of Chicago, goes up 3 points to 76. Andy Dalton, who I believe Mr. Bolding wants to talk about here in our next segment, is going up 3 points to an 80. And finally, DeMarco Murray, Mr. Cowboy, who's, Felix Jones that's who he is. But he's DeMarco's going up 4 points to an 82, and now he's above Felix Jones.
Who did Jerry Jones? Was it Eric Dickerson? Is who Jerry Jones just compared him to?
He did, yeah.
He said it reminds him. No.
Murray's legit. Yes, it was against the Rams, and yes, who else was against the Eagles? But the guy looks legit.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with DeMarco Murray. I think it was a little odd, though, that he would compare him to Eric Dickerson already, but, that's...
I imagine Dickerson didn't take lightly to that. Come on.
Guy started, 2 NFL games?
The guy still to this day has 2,105 yards in a season. It's not been broken.
Yeah, Eric's like, hit me up when you run for 2,000 yards or make the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. Eric is a Hall of Famer. we're not getting our head on ourselves like that.
Eric, if you ever see him in person, we did a couple years ago, if you remember, Donny, is a big guy. Like him, he's one of the bigger running backs I've ever met. He still looks like a guy who could play football right now, and he's been out for 15 years?
Yeah, he's been out for a while. He went out with the Colts. He's I think Murray, pick him up in your fantasy leagues. Ditch Felix Jones. I don't think he's going to be much. They are a sign like that from Jerry Jones means they're going to utilize this guy. On the downside, there are some guys going down, and Dallas isn't afraid to get some of the negative things here with Marcus Spears going down 2 points to a 77. Marcus McNeil, offensive lineman out of San Diego, going down 2 points to 84. Pat Angerer, linebacker who actually had a pretty good start to the season. He's going down 3 points to a 79. And Albert Hainsworth going down to an 80 overall.
I have a question for you about the Cowboys.
The newly acquired by the Buccaneers.
$5. I like it. It's worth a gamble. But the guy, if you're getting cut, those plays that we watched on film where he was just, I don't even think he tried. It looked like he just gave up and sat down on the field. That was a big part of his decrease this week.
What is Miles Austin doing in the ratings adjustments, if at all?
Miles
do you kind of blame that on just injuries? His hamstring has been just...
What is he? The news this week with Miles, we removed him from the depth chart because he's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. But Austin, if I have to remember off the top of my head, I think he's an 89 overall. We had him up at 90 after that big breakout game, but he came back and has looked like he can't really stay healthy, and he's had a few games where he really wasn't the big primary target. So he's still pretty darn close to elite, but he's I think he's at 89.
What about Willis Mcgahee after his crazy game
rejuvenation,
on Sunday?
Right. Yeah. He's back to. He's an 84 overall. It's not quite to the peak of his Baltimore and Buffalo days, but he gets a 2-point boost this week. Looking good. He's certainly productive. So, some other guys to mention, I guess.
Roy Helu.
You want to see what he's doing? He's going up. His hands are actually going up big time.
Yeah,
after 14 catches or something on Sunday. He's going up 2 points to a 74 overall. He's also number 1 on the depth chart. But on the downside, he's losing some points to his carry rating after fumbling the ball away.
Donnie, I think people are going to want to know about Timmy Tebow.
Tebow, last week it was a very anti-Tebow week around here. He went down 5 points after a pretty terrible outing.
Sure.
This week he's going back up to 73. So he gets a 2-point increase. He's definitely the most inconsistent player in history, probably. He certainly keeps me employed.
I feel like Tim Tebow is going to be on the Biggest winners and biggest losers like every other week.
I think he just wants to keep his name out there. I think we're starting to figure Tebow out.
Is that what it is?
I think it is.
He's
a publicity hound.
To be mentioned on this podcast.
Yeah, he looks like it.
Yeah.
He's always just trying to get somewhere.
Something controversial to say or do.
I mean, he's just such a controversial
But I like
guy.
it. Instead of doing it with his mouth, he's actually just letting his field, his actual level of play is so controversial. It's so, either poor or it's awesome from week to week.
He doesn't need to say anything.
Yeah.
All right, Donnie, where can everybody see the full list of rankings every week?
Well, everybody can go to our EA Sports page, Madden NFL page, right on... Actually, Justin might know exactly where to post this.
You just search EA Sports Madden NFL for our Facebook page. You can go to the Madden NFL official website, view it there. You can even find it on our Twitter page, EA Madden NFL, and we send it to Donnie all the time.
And it is literally the entire breakdown of everything you've changed.
And if you guys want, I could probably look into, and it would probably destroy a few thousand trees, but if we want to start printing out hard copies to the users, and if they want, or any of our fans that want us to deliver hard copies of these updates, we can do that too.
All right.
Not really, but yeah.
I think the copier might be too busy if we did that. But yeah, you could definitely find it all online. Thanks a lot, Donnie.
And real quick, we just want to say on this, make sure all of you fans out there to continue to send this on Twitter to us. Again, we called him out last week, Mason Drews. We got other guys who were sending in nice lists for the Giants and teams like that. So the more detail you can provide, and Donnie wants the guys who, make sure you're including the increases and decreases. Don't just give homer picks. As Donnie always says, if there's 5 guys that should go up on your team, there's probably at least 3 that should go down. So continue to send that our way.
A little shout out to the real KKR. He's the guy that went through the Giants website and went through all of their heights and weights, and we got those all updated this week. So well done, my friend.
Very nice. All right, thanks again, Donnie. That was just an excerpt from this week's Madden NFL 12 podcast. Be sure to subscribe and download the full version, which is totally free on iTunes.